Legends don't shout their plans. They just show up with results. This is Echo of Legends, and today, we decode the power behind move in silence, win loud. 1. Focus over fame. In today's world, everyone seems to want instant recognition, especially with the rise of social media. But focusing on fame instead of personal growth can often lead to distractions. Focus over fame is about prioritizing your goals and working on them quietly, without seeking constant validation from others. It means dedicating your energy to your craft, not to how many people notice or approve of it. When you focus on your work, you invest in long-term success rather than short-term praise. For instance, think about successful entrepreneurs or athletes. They don't share every small step of their journey with the world. They understand that real progress happens in private. It's about refining skills, perfecting their strategy, and overcoming challenges behind the scenes. Fame may come later, but it's the silent, consistent effort that leads to true success. Fame also brings pressure. Once you're in the spotlight, people expect immediate results, which can affect your mental peace. But when you work quietly, you're free from that pressure and can grow at your own pace. Moreover, by focusing on your work, you avoid unnecessary opinions or envy from others. Focus over fame teaches us that success isn't about seeking attention. It's about silently building something great and letting your results speak for themselves when the time is right. The true reward is knowing that you've worked hard and achieved your goals without needing constant approval. When the time comes, the world will notice, and it will be much more meaningful. 2. Let actions speak. In a world full of talkers, there's power in being a doer. Let actions speak means you don't need to announce every step you take or constantly share your progress. The true measure of success comes from what you accomplish, not from how much you talk about it. When you focus on your actions instead of your words, you're placing value on results over noise. Think about successful individuals or businesses that don't waste time bragging or boasting about their efforts. They simply show up, do the work, and let their results speak for themselves. The key is consistency. Each action builds toward a bigger goal, and when the outcome is achieved, it speaks volumes without any need for explanation. In contrast, talking too much about your plans can lead to distractions. The more you talk about what you're going to do, the less you're actually doing. Announcing plans can sometimes even cause unnecessary pressure, or invite skepticism and doubts from others. Instead of focusing on getting approval, channel that energy into execution. Results are undeniable. When your work speaks for itself, people notice. And when they see that you've consistently delivered, the respect and recognition follow naturally. You won't have to convince anyone of your ability. Your actions will do that for you. Let actions speak is a reminder that real progress doesn't need an audience. Success is about staying focused, taking one step at a time, and letting your achievements stand tall on their own. The quieter your grind, the louder your impact. 3. Avoid jealous eyes. When you're working towards something big, not everyone will support your dreams. Some people may be envious of your goals or success, even before you've achieved them. That's why avoid jealous eyes is an important principle. The less people know about your plans, the less they can disrupt or sabotage your progress. Jealousy often arises when people see others striving for something they wish they had. When you share your dreams openly, it can invite unwanted opinions, negativity, or even hidden competition. People who aren't genuinely supportive may try to bring you down, sometimes even without realizing it. They might criticize your ideas or doubt your ability to succeed, all driven by their own insecurities. This is where silence becomes powerful. Keeping your vision private helps protect it. When you don't share every detail of your journey, you minimize the risk of attracting the wrong kind of attention. Focusing on your goals without external noise allows you to work freely, without the fear of others undermining your confidence or making you second-guess your decisions. Moreover, when your dreams are too exposed, people who are not on the same path may unintentionally distract you. They might give advice that isn't aligned with your vision, or steer you in directions that don't serve your goals. By staying quiet, you maintain control over your journey, safeguarding your focus and clarity. In the end, silence is your shield. It helps you avoid unnecessary distractions and protects your vision until you're ready to share the success that speaks for itself. The fewer people know, the fewer the chances of their jealousy affecting your progress. 4. Build without pressure. The pressure to succeed can be overwhelming, especially when everyone is watching and expecting results. Build without pressure is about giving yourself the freedom to grow at your own pace, without the fear of judgment or the weight of others' expectations. When no one is watching, you can take risks, make mistakes, and learn from them without the fear of failure. In a world that celebrates instant success, It's easy to feel like you're falling behind if you don't achieve your goals right away. But the reality is that true growth happens in private. It's in the moments when you're working alone, making adjustments, and pushing through setbacks that you lay the foundation for long-term success. Without the eyes of others, you can take the time to figure things out, refine your approach, and build something solid without rushing. There's freedom in being under the radar. You can experiment, try different strategies, and fail without anyone scrutinizing your every move. This freedom allows for creativity and innovation. You're not bound by the pressure to perform perfectly or meet someone else's standards. Instead, you focus on what works for you, learn from your mistakes, and adapt. Building without pressure also means focusing on the process, not just the end result. Many people get caught up in wanting to show off their success before they've fully developed their skills. But real progress happens when you prioritize your growth over others' approval. When you're ready to share the fruits of your labor, your work will be stronger, more refined, and ultimately more impactful. In the end, building quietly and without pressure allows you to grow into the best version of yourself, setting the stage for a truly remarkable success story. 5. Shock the world later. There's something truly powerful about surprising the world with your success. Shock the world later means not rushing to announce your plans or seek validation before you've reached your destination. Instead, focus on building quietly, and when the time is right, deliver results that leave everyone in awe. Success feels different when it catches people by surprise. When you quietly work on your goals without drawing attention, the world has no idea what you're capable of. Then when you finally show your results, they're not just impressed, they're astonished. That moment of surprise makes your success feel even more rewarding, because it proves that you didn't need to seek validation or attention along the way. You just focused on your work and let the outcome speak for itself. Rushing to share your plans can often lead to empty promises or premature expectations. The more you talk about what you're going to do, the more pressure you invite. People start to expect immediate results, and the longer it takes to deliver, the more criticism or doubt you may face. By staying silent, you allow your success to unfold naturally, free from unnecessary stress and distractions. When you shock the world, you create a lasting impact. People remember those who defy the odds and exceed expectations. The element of surprise makes your victory unforgettable, and it's a powerful reminder that actions speak louder than words. So take your time, build with focus, and when the moment comes, make your success undeniable. Let the world be amazed by what you've accomplished. 6. Energy conservation. In today's fast-paced world, where everyone is constantly sharing their thoughts and opinions, it's easy to become distracted and drained by unnecessary conversations. Energy conservation is about saving your mental and emotional energy for what truly matters, taking action, not explaining yourself to others. When you spend too much time talking about your plans or seeking validation, you drain your energy. Explaining yourself, justifying your choices, or constantly defending your actions can leave you feeling exhausted, with little energy left for the work that really counts. Every moment you spend talking about your dreams or your goals is a moment taken away from actually working towards them. Silence allows you to conserve that valuable energy, which is better used to push you closer to your objectives. Energy conservation isn't just about avoiding pointless conversations, it's also about choosing where to direct your focus. By staying quiet about your process and focusing on action, you put your energy into results rather than distractions. Think about it. The more time you spend explaining your plans to others, the less time you have to execute them. Silence creates space for clarity, where your actions can speak louder than words. Additionally, when you conserve your energy by staying quiet, you protect yourself from unnecessary negativity. There's always someone ready to critique, doubt, or derail your progress. By not engaging in these conversations, you avoid letting their energy affect your own. Instead, you focus on what matters most, achieving your goals. In the end, energy conservation is about being intentional with how you use your time and energy. Save it for doing the work and let your results shine rather than wasting it on words that don't move you forward. 7. Legacy is loud. In the world of constant noise and distractions, it's often the silent grinders who leave the most lasting impact. Legacy is loud means that the work you do quietly and without seeking attention will ultimately make the biggest impression. Your legacy is not defined by how much you talk about your achievements, but by the lasting influence of the work you leave behind. People who focus on their craft in silence often go unnoticed in the early stages. They work hard, day after day, without drawing attention to their efforts or seeking praise. However, when their results finally come to light, the impact is profound and unforgettable. Their work speaks for itself, leaving an echo that resonates far beyond their initial audience. The silent grinder's legacy isn't just about the success they achieve, but about the lasting change they create in the world. Think about some of the greatest leaders, innovators, and creators throughout history. Many of them weren't the loudest or most visible figures during their journeys. They didn't boast about their ideas or scream for attention. Instead, they focused on their work, allowing their achievements to speak volumes once they reached the right moment. Over time, their impact grew, and their legacy became undeniable. The power of silence lies in its ability to let your actions do the talking. While others may be focused on temporary recognition or fleeting fame, the silent grinders build something that stands the test of time. They leave behind a legacy that people remember, not because of how much noise they made, but because of the depth and significance of their contributions. In the end, the quieter your journey, the louder your legacy will be. If these words sparked something inside you, don't just scroll, subscribe to Echo of Legends, and keep leveling up in silence. Your legacy starts now.